When your body is still healthy, your mind can be filled with all kinds of things: family, friends, grandchildren, chores around the house, or maybe plans for a summer getaway. But have you ever noticed there comes a time when all those concerns suddenly seem so small? That time is when your health begins to fail. In that moment, nothing else really matters except for one single thought: how can I get better? I know I'm not the only one who's felt this way. Many of us, especially once we've reached our 60s or 70s, begin to understand deeply that while health isn't everything, without it, everything else almost loses its meaning. So before you think about building a happier life or chasing any big life goals, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is my body truly well? If the answer is not quite, please don't ignore it. Don't worry about anything else until you've taken care of yourself first. Treat your body with respect, care, and love, just like you would with the most precious things in your life. Sounds complicated, doesn't it? But really, it's not. In this video, I'll share with you 5 simple practical steps, things you can do easily, gently, and without spending much money to nourish your body and care for your health the right way. This video is for anyone who feels like, right now, the only thing I'm struggling with is my health. If you're one of those people, stay with me through the video. I believe you'll find exactly what you need. The first habit I changed: eat simply, eat on time. I used to be someone who never paid much attention to eating. Eating was just eating. As long as I felt full, that was good enough. I ate whatever was around. Back then, I skipped breakfast, rushed through lunch and dinner. Well, it was often a late meal around 9 p.m., sitting in front of the TV with a bag of chips, a can of soda, and a cold-cut sandwich. Until one day, my doctor looked at me and said, "If you keep eating like this, in a few years, you might not even have the strength to stand up on your own." That hit me hard, so I had to relearn how to eat, as if I'd never really known how to before. I didn't go on a diet. I didn't follow any trendy food plan. I simply ate less, ate at regular times, and focused on foods my body could actually digest well. These days, my meals are made up of steamed vegetables, soft-cooked black beans or chickpeas, and a bowl of brown rice porridge. I like to add a few slices of avocado or a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Sometimes I'll have a piece of grilled salmon. No red meat, no greasy food, and no refined sugar. And I eat at 3 set times: breakfast at 7:30 a.m., lunch at 12 noon, and dinner at 6 p.m. I don't eat anything after 7 p.m. anymore. In the evening, I just drink warm water. Some nights it's chamomile tea. Other nights it's peppermint tea made from leaves I grow right in my backyard. I cut out soda completely. As for coffee, just 1 weak cup a week, and that's it. At first, it was tough. I felt hungry. I craved all kinds of things. But after about a month, I started to feel lighter. I slept better. That heavy, bloated feeling after dinner disappeared. And those little stomach aches I used to get? Gone. Gentle movement. Just 15 minutes a day, but I never skip a day. I've never been the athletic type. Not once in my life. When I was younger, I worked as a truck driver, sat all day, came home and watched TV. On weekends, I went fishing, but the kind where you just sit, not much walking involved. But after that hospital stay, I realized something. If I didn't start moving, no medicine was going to save me. So I started small, just walking around the house, 5 minutes each morning. Then I worked up to 10. Now, every morning, I walk for 15 to 20 minutes around the yard. I swing my arms gently, watch the clouds, and let my feet move slowly, one step at a time. In the afternoon, I head out to the garden to pull weeds, trim the plants, and water the vegetables. That's it. I don't go to the gym, and I don't lift weights, but I don't skip a single day. Even when it's cold, I just throw on another layer and walk indoors, 10 laps up and down the hallway. Whenever I feel uneasy or anxious, I also practice deep breathing. Some days I just sit quietly in a chair, close my eyes, inhale slowly to a count of 4, and exhale long and steady, I do that 10 times and I feel so much lighter afterward. I don't move to lose weight. I move to live, to keep my blood flowing, to keep my heart strong, and to make sure my bones still carry me where I want to go. I learned to let go and keep my mind at peace. I used to be a worrier. I worried about my kids, money, what the neighbors were saying, even things that happened 10 or 15 years ago. Every night I'd lie in bed, turning all those thoughts over and over in my head. But when I ended up in the hospital at age 70, I realized something. Most of the things that kept me awake at night didn't really matter anymore. So I started learning to meditate. Nothing fancy or professional. Just each morning before I eat, I sit quietly in a chair, close my eyes, rest my hands on my belly, and breathe in and out. Just 10 minutes. I also started journaling whenever I felt weighed down. I'd write it all out, fold the paper, and tuck it into a drawer. And somehow, that would lift the heaviness in my chest. I chose to forgive. There was someone who hurt me deeply, and I carried that pain for 20 years. But now I've let it go. I don't argue anymore. I don't try to prove who's right and who's wrong. In some conversations, I simply stay silent. Because I've learned, the peace in my own heart is worth more than winning any argument. I still live alone, but I'm not lonely. I've been living alone for almost 6 years now, ever since my wife passed away. In those early evenings, I used to turn on 4 different lights around the house, just to make the place feel less empty. I'd fall asleep with the TV on low, just to feel like someone was talking beside me. But over time, I learned how to reconnect, even just a little. Every week I call an old friend. Some days it's someone I knew from high school, other days it's a neighbor from the next town over. We only chat for about 15 minutes. Just enough to check in, talk about the first snow of the season, share a laugh. I also write letters, one each month. I handwrite them, put on a stamp, and drop them in the mailbox. Some people write back, some don't. But still, I feel like I'm reaching out, like there's still a thread between me and the world. I joined a senior club at the local community center. I don't go every week, but when I do, I sit down for some tea, listen to stories, share a few of my own, and in those moments, I feel like I still belong to something. And finally, I go to bed on time, and I don't carry my worries into sleep. There was a time when I struggled with chronic insomnia. I'd stay awake until 2 in the morning, then wake up again at 5. My mind felt like it was always in a fog. I was tired, irritable, and drained. The doctor suggested sleeping pills, but I didn't want that. I wanted my body to relearn how to sleep naturally. I started turning off my phone by 8 p.m. No news, no social media. I stopped drinking tea after 5 in the evening. I'd read a light book before bed or listened to soft sounds like rainfall or a stream playing from a little speaker. I kept a warm yellow nightlight on, nothing too bright. My bedroom stayed tidy with just a hint of lavender oil in the air. Before I got into bed, I'd say a short prayer. Just a simple thank you for another day I was able to breathe. And my sleep returned. Now I get 7 to 8 hours a night. No strange dreams, no waking up in the middle of the night. I no longer lie there thinking about tomorrow. I let tomorrow come on its own. Dear friend, if you're still listening at this point, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for taking the time to hear my little story. Not so you can copy it, but just to know, living healthy and living long doesn't take a miracle. It just takes consistency, kindness toward yourself, and never letting go of hope. If you're living alone, struggling with illness, or simply searching for a little spark to keep going, I want you to know you are not alone. Even with silver hair, we can still live joyfully, live deeply, and live fully, as long as each day we choose one good thing for ourselves. If this video meant something to you, please click like and subscribe to The Health Revival, where I and many other older folks share simple but honest moments from everyday life. May God bless you and your family. I'm John, 74 years old, living in Maine, and I'm still learning how to live better, one day at a time. Take care, and I hope to see you again in the next video.